Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about what is new in this update because Sega really wants you to run 2 out of the 3 LTQs. Now, the very first thing I want to go over are, of course, the freebies. So when we go to get campaign items, receive item account, you're going to see right here, there is the receive weekly Super Fantasy Festival gifts. So there's a whole bunch of freebies over here. Make sure that you actually pick them up. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the free pull over here. You actually get 1 free pull on the Summer Splash Swimsuit Revival. There are a lot of really nice swimsuits over here, so maybe you might get lucky. Let's do our 1 free pull and let's see what we get. Unfortunately, it was not rainbow, but maybe we'll get lucky. Let's see. Well, it's okay, I suppose. We got some innerwear. I mean, sure, why not? So that's what I ended up with. Hopefully you guys get something better than me. The next thing is, of course, the extra AC support select is now back. So there are a ton of parfaits. As you can see over here, they've actually increased the drop rate for the Lars parfaits. It used to be like 0.45% or something. So they essentially doubled the drop rate. It's still pretty bad at 1%. But nevertheless, hopefully if you guys are scratching over here, hopefully you guys do get more parfaits so that you can sell them for big money. Now, if you don't have any Lars augments and you're thinking about it because you're like, hey, you know, maybe it's time to get my Lars as well as my Ratty augments onto my armors and weapons, now is a pretty good time to do so, as the prices of the Lars augments will be going down as there is more supply, because, well, there's unlimited supply right now as long as people are spending money. So the prices of these augments are going to be a little bit more reasonable right now compared to when this banner goes away, supply dries out, and then yeah, prices are going to go crazy again. And of course, the same thing applies to the Ratty augments. As you can see, the Ratty augments as well as the Lars augments, both scratches are currently available. So now is a pretty good time to purchase any of these augments, especially if you're free to play, as the prices are a little bit more reasonable. Now, the next thing is, of course, the SG support item select is also available over here. Now, the bonus items are all right, I suppose, but you are going to need to scratch 40 times to get the selector ticket in case you do want the more rare items, which is, of course, the preset enhanced success rate plus 40%, as well as the preset item protection level 4. Both of these are pretty good to have. Personally, I would go with the preset enhanced success rate plus 40% over the protection level 4, because in order to get fix at level 5, I wouldn't take any risks and I would just use the preset enhanced success rate plus 100%. It does require you to scratch 50 times over here, which is quite a lot of star gems. However, being able to guarantee your fix of 4 to fix of 5 is pretty nice. So personally, I would just scratch the 50 times if you don't have any of these. However, again, the choice is up to you whether you really want to get fix of 5 or high fixes on your gear. It's not a necessity. It's definitely a luxury item to have. So, you know, if you just have a lot of star gems sitting around, then scratching a couple times just to get these guaranteed items over here might not be a bad idea. All right, with all of that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the new limited time quest over here. There is Drill Hot Summer Dash. This is also one of the ARK's records right now. However, this is a solo version of the Cool Summer Dash. It is a little bit different. However, personally, I don't think it's really worth doing. Now, I still recommend doing this at least once, simply because you do get 100,000 en Meseta, as well as 10 of the Super Fantasy Festival 2025 special scratch tickets, which is pretty nice. But other than the first time clear reward, the rest, I don't really think it's worth it, simply because if we look at the in-quest effects over here, you only get a 50% rare drop rate compared to Cool Summer Dash, which is the old one that we had last week. As you can see here, we get a rare drop rate of 300% and a fixer drop rate plus 150%, because there is a campaign going on this entire week where we do get 300% extra rare drop rate for specific game modes such as Cool Summer Dash, as well as Rune de Hunol over here. You can see we also get the rare drop rate, and I believe the urgent quest also gets it. We can see right here, we're very lucky that the UQ is on right now. As you can see right here, we also get 300% rare drop rate. So you definitely want to take advantage of that, but it does kind of force you into 3 game modes this entire week. It's basically, hey, do you have your new weapon yet? If you don't, then you're going to be spamming the LTQ, Cool Summer Dash, over and over, because this extra 300% rare drop rate will give you a lot more Juvlog Volt 1s. I believe you're basically going to get 3 to 4 every single run because of this extra rare drop rate. And then of course, if you stack like a 100% RDR booster on top of that, you're pretty much guaranteed 4 of the Juvlog Volt 1s every single run, which definitely does cut down a lot on the number of runs that you need to do. However, if you already have your weapon, it might be a good idea to spam Rune de Hunol over here, because it does drop the lay-in weapons. You know, the lay-in weapons are still worth quite a lot of money, so this is something that you could try to farm for. Just keep in mind that the drop rate's really low, but hey, you know, there is a chance of it dropping. And on top of that, you do get the pro grade armors as well as the pro grade Vances here in case you still need to upgrade your armors or you're making multiple armors or something. So that is something else that you guys could think about. And then of course, whenever the UQ pops up, of course you want to do it, because remember, it is the double UQ right now. Now, the main thing that you're running the UQ is not for a crest weapon or a legend weapon. The main thing that you actually want are all of the high Domnas here, as well as the Joindia capsules, because you can actually use all of those parts to craft an Ultia Domna, and the Ultia Domna is still going for about 1 million Meseta a pop, which is pretty profitable, so it's definitely worth your time running the double UQ. And to sweeten the deal, it is a daily to complete the urgent quest. I actually haven't done the urgent quest yet, so I'm probably going to do it right after I finish recording this video, but it does reward you with the reward box metal vial, which of course gives you a bunch of nice rewards, as well as the Luther emote, or the loser emote, so that might be worth picking up as it is pretty troll. Now, something to keep in mind with the daily clear limited time quest 1 over here is it actually requires you to do Cool Summer Dash. Hot Summer Dash does not count for some reason. I actually tried to do this solo version and it didn't complete my daily for whatever reason, so you do have to do the 8-player one or Cool Summer Dash in order to complete that daily, in order to get your N Augment Transfer Pass voucher, as well as of course an extra scratch ticket. This is definitely worth doing because you can never have too many N Augment Transfer Passes.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.